Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another NGS cast. I am Weenus, and I am joined tonight by the magnificent Mongoose. Welcome, sir.
What's going on, man? I'm happy that the award-winning Weenus would take me onto his stream, and I have a chicken in your honor.
Oh my goodness, I gotta pull out the big chicken for that. Oh, my dog's gonna freak out. My bad. Go back, lay down, it's okay. I forgot about that. Yeah, actually, you know, I don't deserve that caster award, but I did get an award this weekend over the camping trip that I do deserve, and it was for a community choice mixed cocktail, and it was delicious. It was very, very tart, but people liked it.
And
the advantage...
Actually, turns out you can see that the mini mongoose is over here when she'll pop in and out. You may see half of her head.
The spawn of mongoose. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. But the trick is, if you're going to a cocktail contest, you want to serve yours last, because everybody else has had all the other cocktails, and then when they get to you, they're like, oh, okay. That was actually pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyways, enough about that. We are here to talk about Div B West, Logical Decision versus Running with Turtles. This should be a pretty exciting game. I'm looking forward to it. Let's take a quick look-see at some of the stats from Heroes Profile for these teams. All right, so in Logical Decision, I'm not sure how accurate some of these are because it says that Leoric was played 17 times by Logical Decision, so I think there's some last season mixed in here.
Nice.
But so some of those strategies are still coming in. So Leoric, popular, as well as Johanna and Jaina.
Well, Ulysses does play a lot of Leoric, but it would be pretty impressive for him to play 17 Leoric matches in two-game sets.
Absolutely. MJ Doom says, "What are you, chicken?" Ew, Weenus says, Eric 2004. Ever. Yes, indeed. But, you know, it basically just shows that they have a large hero pool. They'll play a lot of different heroes, including a Nubarak, which is under their least played. Here it says 2, but if you go down into their hero pool, it says 9. So, you know, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to see pulled out here. But their top 3, Leoric, Johanna, Jaina, look for those.
Yeah, and I'm very familiar with Logical Decision. It's probably the team we actually not probably. It is 100% the team we scrim with the most. Not giving away scrim secrets, but I will say they have a very varied hero pool and a number of different strategies that they can pull out. So they're a really flexible team.
Yeah, and this is your division, right, Mongoose?
It is 100% my division.
All right, so a little scouting for you as well. All right, turning over to Running with Turtles. We see some of their most played is Imperius, Anubarak, and Jaina as well, so there's a little bit of crossover there. Their hero pool is a little bit smaller, but it looks like that's because it's actually updated with this season. So watch out. The bans coming in from them are Anubarak, Raynor, Zeratul, etc. 4 bans on both Anubarak and Raynor, and they like to play Anubarak, so a lot of importance on Anubarak from this team.
Yeah, and coming in, Logical Decisions only played one matchup. It was a pretty close 2-0 win over Unemployed Gaming. And Running with Turtles has actually played 2. Their first matchup was against my squad, and we had a very close set that we managed to win 2-0. And then the next day, they rolled in against NGS veteran team Roll1 Esports and had another very close set. That was 2-0 in their favor, but all of their games have been pretty competitive.
Well, I hope we get to see some more of that tonight. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's take a look at the maps real quick, and then we'll get this game started, I swear. All right. So the coin flip was won by Logical Decision. They wanted the first hero pick. So we have map bans from Logical Decision on BOE and Cursed Hollow. And then we have map bans from Running with Turtles on Tomb of the Spider Queen and Dragonshire, with a final map pick of Towers of Doom. So that is where we are headed first. And I think are our teams ready? I think we might as well get on into this. Okay, we are ready. Sorry for that long-winded intro, but there's just too much to talk about. But it's 7:15. We're gonna start on time, I swear.
Yeah, we're right where we should be.
Towers of Doom. Mwahaha. All right. So we're going to have the first hero pick and ban going over to logical decision. What is ban worthy, do you think?
Towers of Doom. Abathur is definitely ban worthy. Junkrat is really annoying. I'm thinking, I don't, well, it's Abathur, yes. Dahaka, yes. Any of the double soakers, I don't know why I was thinking Alterac Pass for a second. Any of the double soakers are good. Malthael in particular lets you, leave him in the top 2 lanes while you really shove bottom hard. Anything where you can pressure the bottom lane, so Sylvanas is good with the Merc Queen. And Anna is always great.
Yeah, even with the nerfs to Ana in the last patch, I still think Ana is a really strong healer. Just there's some kind of advantage to just being able to heal, even though you're really far away from where the action's happening. You can still just shoot that healing into your allies. So I still see a lot of people running with Ana, even though she was taken down a notch.
Totally, yeah. She's really strong, despite the little nerfs. And same could be said for Nubrak. He had a little bit of a nerf to his Carapace, but still really strong.
Yep, and there's another ban of a Nubarak coming from running with turtles. So if that is your favorite tank and you're playing against the turtles, watch out. You may not be able to play it. So what else at this level of play? Because this is more your realm and not none of the D-scrub stuff. Zeratul, Dahaka. Dahaka seems to be another favorite ban from Logical Decision, especially on a map where you want to try to get split pressure going.
Yeah, and not just the split pressure on towers. This might be Dahaka's strongest map, because what it allows you to do is have a threat of a 5v4 anytime you want on the bottom camps. So it actually, even though he's in the top lane, Dahaka being on the map actually allows you to control the bottom lane better, simply because he can give your team a numbers advantage anytime you want, and you really have to respect that threat.
Yeah, absolutely. Dahaka coming out of the woodwork and directly fighting you for those tower shots. Also, I've seen a fight break out where it's a 5v5 because one team wants to invade on the other side, and then Dahaka leaves the fight in a bush and goes over and takes their opponent's tower while they're fighting. So, Dahaka, very unpredictable here.
Yeah, and speaking of changes recently, Greymane got some buffs on his auto attack, and he has been all over. High pick, high priority for a lot of teams. We saw him all over the Division S finals today for NA, so Greymane in a really good spot.
Yeah, and I just, I saw the changes and saw that people were picking him up. I'm like, oh, I'm going to start playing him a little bit. And so I've been tweaking around with him a little bit as well, and he seems like he's really high-tuned right now, which is great. Because he's been out of the meta for such a long time, like, you never get to see him, and now he's back. It's like, oh, great. You actually get to use some of these heroes. ETC and KT. All the T heroes picked up by running with turtles, followed right back with a Tyrande and an Abathur here from Logical Decision. Yikes. Abba Greymane?
Yeah, absolutely. That Greymane clone, you have to peel it off your backline. It can basically wreck anybody back there. And Abathur, great for all the offlane soaking. Got to take it a little bit easy before 10, but really strong on towers.
My goodness, yeah. Just really able to burn down those towers, just clobber after clobber. Garrosh banned here from running with turtles.
And the other thing the Abba does is, assuming he goes Mule too, if you ever capture that bottom fort, which is so much of what towers is, like fighting over those bottom lane bell towers, that Mule can really just pressure the other team off of it. And if you have especially somebody that can kind of double soak, keep track of the other lanes, that Mule, you can get a lot of value out of it.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of action happening in the bottom lane. How do you counter this Abba Greymane? A lot of stuns? It seems like you have to keep him stunned to kill him, or
yeah, bursts? Well, a lot of it is playing around the cooldowns, right? A big front line helps, but also, frankly, you're just waiting for the cooldown and being really aware of that timing. When he pops the clone, if your team is in a position to disengage and wait it out, you just do it. And then when that thing pops, you call the hard re-engage. You really want to play around those cooldowns as much as you can.
Very good.
The blinds help too, though.
Yeah, Lily with the blinds, Yrel with knockback, and very annoying jumping onto your teams, throwing them all around, healing up, becoming invincible, healing off of your damage. It's going to be interesting to see
Yeah,
how
and Yrel,
Yrel works in this match.
She's not really on my radar too, but I like that pick. The ability to give armor to your allies, kind of knock back that Greymane clone, kind of supplements the Lily lack of healing a little bit. As Logical Decision rounds it out with Tyrael and Thrall.
All right, very good. That seems like a pretty decent setup there. I like Logical Decision's draft so far.
And Tyrael's not a hero you're seeing a lot of nowadays, so I think a lot of teams kind of are in the dark on how to deal with it a little bit, because it's just not something you see a lot. So a little bit of a off-meta factor there.
Gotcha. Lunara, last pick here for Running with Turtles. Do you think Lunara has gotten a buff from this movement speed change?
Yeah, she has a little bit. But also, the reason I like that pick, though, assuming she goes Leaping Strike, is she has the mobility to kind of get away from that Greymane clone. Also, Kael'thas Lunara has a lot of damage for a solo heal Tyrande to deal with. So really, the only hero that's vulnerable to that Greymane clone is Kael'thas if they play it right. So that was kind of a nice pick. Really, only one backliner who's vulnerable that they need to protect. Lily's got the fast feet. Lunara's got the move speed stuff and the Leaping Strike. So I like that as a nice little soft counter there.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see. Well, with all this CC that's on the side of Running with Turtles, we'll see if they can use that to their advantage and maybe get some blow up kills with KT and Lunara. Get the poison and fire combo. That's spicy.
Absolutely, and Tyrande's a great support healer, but she's not like a volume hero. It's a combination of her heals plus utility.
That's
the
right.
Kael'thas Lunara damage is a lot to deal with.
Yep, absolutely. Well, looks like we're getting in here. And there we go into game one. All right, over here on the left, we have Logical Decision with Ulysses on Thrall, Ziltoid playing that Greymane, Whoa No on the Abathur, Snowglare playing Tyrande, and what do we get? Tyrael, Ide 15 playing Tyrael.
And for Running with Turtles, Alizar on Yrel, DK Unleashed on Lunara, T-Pole on the Panda Lily, Kooks on ETC, and Team Captain Silver Jackal on Kael'thas.
Excellent. I think my sound's a little bit low, so I'm going to try to pump that up just a little bit more.
Alizar ate the owl from Tyrande. This game is over. Win the Logical Decision.
All right, here we go. Let's get into this match. Let's see, anything interesting? Let's see some stackable quests. Mana Addict chosen for the KT Prog Rock from ETC. So going to stack those globes, get all the globes you can. Echo of the Elements on Thrall.
Now, something I would like to see Running with Turtles do, the comp from Logical Decision isn't particularly strong in the wave clear department. They're also down a body. I would really like to see them try to crush these rotations, control the map, invade this camp pre-10 using the extra body that they have.
Yeah, once you get to 10, that's where Abathur can make it a 5v5. So if you wait till then, you might be outmatched and outclassed. Your best advantage, get that in early, get it done, use those extra bodies to bully your way onto those camps.
Like right now, for example, I would really like to see them just go on this camp. Logical Decision, even with the hat, shouldn't be able to contest it. You really want to bully a pre-10 ABBA comp, especially one that's light and wave clear.
Absolutely. Just going to see Thrall and Yrel beating each other up in the top lane. But we're going to see a safe camp clear here on the side of Running with Turtles. And we're going to see a camp started by Logical Decision, and it looks like they're going to get it.
Yeah, it looks like Running with Turtles kind of thought about it and then changed their mind and thought about it again. But I would have really liked to see them go aggro there, not just let Logical Decision get whatever they want early.
Yeah, maybe if they can't steal the camp, maybe they can at least push their camp in with more bodies and actually get them to get the siege damage.
Yeah, they're trying to kind of have Thrall and Abba do a double soak thing in the top couple lanes between the two of them, but Ziltoid really getting poked out by that Lunara, and nice job of controlling the lane by Running Turtles.
Yeah, a lot of damage soaked there by logical decision, but they do manage to take out 2 of the pumpkins, so those don't actually make it into the wall. One looked like it was hiding and does make it. Welcome to chat, Ryokai. Alright, rotating now into the mid lane, getting a few exchanges there. Abathur's not getting a whole lot of help in the top lane. Need maybe Thrall to go back up there, get some push.
Yeah, and another thing you can do here is, like, if you're Alisar and you know Abba's body soaking, you can just not clear the wave so you don't push the XP into the wall. You can just kind of sit there and body soak it without doing anything, and then you don't push that wave up to the Abathur player for him to soak it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Altars are spawning, though, in the next 5 seconds, and we are tied as far as XP for the most part at level 5. Very, very close. Yrel is going to be channeling in the top right. We're going to be fighting over this mid, and looks like Abathur is going to be channeling for in the top. Ziltoid is getting chased, though. Lunara is slowing with that poison. Will make it back. Big stun by Tyrande onto ETC and Lili.
Yrel and Thrall now coming down. I think they're going to be late, and they are, and Thrall realizing he probably would have to overextend to delay that. So as Running with Turtles wanted, they wanted to get the 2 bell towers there. They did, and it didn't take very long for Abba to soak a bunch of extra stuff there. So pretty good set for those guys.
Yep, you're going to trade a little bit of those shots earlier for a little bit more of a late game play there. Ziltoid's in trouble trying to run back behind the gate. A lot of fire and poison stacked on, but there is the shield from Abathur. Ziltoid will survive. 10 Samara Cats in chat coming to support wife T-Pole. Thank you for the 1 bit, sir, or ma'am.
Well, can confirm, Weenus. NGS spouses, best spouses.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, that's what I hear from you all the time. Nothing but nice things to say about the spouses of NGS.
Because they tolerate us spending all of our time playing this silly video game.
That's right. It makes us happy, and they realize that, and they let us do it. Getting the chase onto Ulysses, trying to run back a little bit, getting that Abba hat. All the action once again is happening in the bottom lane as the pumpkin camp is picked up by Running with Turtles, and it starts marching down the lane. Quick vision check there of Logical's Decisions camp by Lunara.
See, and this is actually a nice play here by Running with Turtles. Even though they're not invading that camp, they're putting so much pressure in the bottom lane that Logical Decision can't back up to respond with their own siege giants as well. But they want to finish this tower off if they can. You can see the Mule healing it up. You can't leave these structures at partial health, otherwise Mule's going to get some value. You really got to polish them off.
And they do exactly that. As the altar spawns in the bottom lane, Greymane trying to go in onto Kooks. Kooks slide in, getting some stuns. Ide trying to zone, but taking a lot of damage, and now it's Alizar who's trying to run as we get the channel by Lunara, and there's some more shots going into Logical Decisions core. And we're getting closer to 10, and then we might see a little bit of a swap here. Who knows?
Yeah, early game controlled by Running with Turtles, but that's kind of not surprising. You know, if your Logical Decision, you kind of know that as Snowglare getting caught out just a little bit. You kind of know that once it hits 10, the whole game changes. Everything about the complexion of this game is going to completely flip on its head.
Yeah, well, while losing shots, doing a good job of not actually getting picked off. There's been no kills in this game so far. Logical Decision picking up their siege camp. We're starting to see 4 come in here from Running with Turtles, and they're coming for the engage. They do contest it. Big Sun coming out onto ETC. Kooks is running, is giving up the camp. A lot of damage is going down. And first to fall of this game, First Blood, ETC goes down. Silver Jackal is getting chased as Thrall comes up from behind. T-Pole taking a lot of damage. She will make it out. Oh my goodness. And Logical Decision retreating with just fractions of health left.
I love that idea there from Running with Turtles. Unfortunately, ETC was just a hair too far ahead of his team. If they would have been crashing that together, I think on that point with Kel'Thas throwing all those flame strikes onto that camp, that could have been very different. But ETC kind of had to hang in there by himself for just a couple seconds too long.
Yeah, absolutely. Mana Addict stacked here for KT, 18 of 20 for Prog Rock, so that is stacking up. Echoes of the Elements already completed there for Thrall, and 10s are now out and ultimates are up. We have Ultimate Evolution, Sanctification, Starfall, Cursed Bullet. Still waiting on Thrall for Logical Decision.
And for Running with Turtles, we have Jug of 1,000 Cups, Pyroblast, Mosh Pit, Ardent Defender, and it is going to be Leaping Strike for Lunara.
Do have Sundering picked up by Thrall, as that channel does go over to Running with Turtles. Ziltoid taking so much damage, gets blown up. There comes Starfall, is going to take out the clone. Abba clone goes down, and there's the Mosh, not quite catching anybody, but doing some zoning, not being able to chase for sure. And that's going to be a 1 for none.
Yeah. And now Snowglare in trouble, caught out, gonna go down. So that's 2 unanswered kills, 2 bell towers. And E-Day did use Sanct in the middle of all that, but it was kind of at a spot where they couldn't maximize it. And Running with Turtles, oh god, I want to see them push in on this hard right now.
Yeah, especially with that mule down there. Although that's going to make it even more difficult to try and take it. And they don't have the creep wave, so they will have to break off from that right now. Oh,
but
my
looking
goodness.
strong, Running with Turtles is.
Yeah, absolutely. They're playing this early game very well, very strong. The team fights, even with Clone, they seem to be able to get some kills.
Meanwhile, top lane, Ulysses with the hat is kind of bullying Urel here a little bit. I tried to knock her into a tower shot range, and now backing out again. But Ulysses with the hat's going to win that matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. Just having that Abathur hat is so oppressive to try to play against. It's real rough. ETC going in for the slide, and the bump and grind, getting a nice gravity lapse there on the stun on Ziltoid. Getting those pumpkins in, getting damage in the bottom, and down comes the mule again to heal up that sucker.
Look for a big flanking Sunder, and there it is. Catches 2. Cups has to come out. Running with Turtles, running for their lives. ETC in trouble, but Cups keeping him up. If they get out of this safe, Sanctification directly underneath towers, and they do not get out of it safe, ETC goes down. So does Tyrael. Looking for trade value, though.
Yeah, gets a little bit of it, but it's not quite enough to bring Urel down. Down goes the clone, and that's going to be a 1 for 1. Here in the bottom, a lot of action coming to you as 13s are hit by Running with Turtles. Talent tier advantage as we have 2 altars in the top left, top right. Both teams spreading out to try to pick those up.
Yeah, and I think even though it was a 1 for 1, I think that's kind of a big win actually for Running with Turtles. Thrall came in for a big flanking Sunder, and they got out even from it because they started that in a rough spot.
Absolutely, and like you said before, Lunara using that hippity hop to bounce on out of danger and get away from that Greymane.
And not to be undervalued, T-Pole with the Cups keeping it up for the full duration, and that was a huge part of why that didn't go terribly, terribly wrong for Running with Turtles.
Keeping your team alive, very important as a healer, and here comes the camp invade. This time, the numbers are clearly in favor of Running with Turtles, and they do steal it. And Logical Decision is just going to give it up. They don't want to die there. They don't want to die there.
They had to. That goes back to the playing around cooldowns, right? We know Clone was just recently used. We know Clone is on cooldown, so Logical Decision can't contest that.
Absolutely. But here's another fight here. Logical Decision low, missing the silver bullet, not quite landing on ETC. They're trying to push these pumpkins in. Down comes Starfall. And they do a really good job of blowing that camp up before it can do all of its siege damage. Going in on the ETC, Cups his pop. ETC running, run, Kooks, run. Gets that stun. Blows everybody back. And it looks like Running with Turtles are going to escape. Here comes Urel to join in on the action. Going to slam around. It's going to be Tyrande that goes down. A huge mosh. Getting Thrall, Greymane, and Tyrael. Well played by Running with Turtles.
Kind of deja vu, Weenus. Thrall coming in for the big flank, and then Running with Turtles wins it bigger this time, even harder. They get a 4-man wipe off of it, take the bottom bell tower. They're going to be winning the race to 16 hard, and are going to be in complete control of this game, possibly capturing 3 of these, but at least 2.
Absolutely, and that mosh was just huge. That would really allow them to clean up those kills. But back and forth fights, I love it. You think one team is starting to win the fight, and then it turns around and goes somewhere else. Getting the second channel here, Running with Turtles, they claim 2 of those forts, and now they're going on the last tower here, and that's where they're going to fight again. Out comes the clone, and they're going in, trying to burn down Uriel really quickly. Alizar is running, and out comes the Cups. Down comes the Starfall. Still running. Can't quite blow Uriel up. That clone is about to go down and expire. Chasing, but not getting the kill. Wow. Really good job at 16's pop here for running with turtles.
Yeah, I like what Logical Decision tried to do there. Wono actually dropped the mule in and hatted it to interrupt Uriel on the bell, whatever we're calling here, the altar. And then they went aggro in before 16 came up, and running with turtles played that beautifully, just backed it up, didn't press. They're up so much in this game. They really don't need to overplay their hand.
Yeah, and even though Logical Decision didn't get that kill that they were looking for, at least they got those tower shots in the top left, but we're going to see a possible camp invade, or no, it's going to be a flank here. Running with turtles in the bottom lane. Looking to get some damage in on Tyrael. A lot of flames getting passed around. Ooh, not quite a kill there, but chased all the way back to their side of the border there. Logical Decision might be in trouble.
What? I mean, I knew I could do that.
Well,
I opened my tunnel as well.
Running with turtles is really playing this map, this comp beautifully. Another big flanking thrall, though, but he runs into Uriel and Lunara and getting wailed on. Ulysses in trouble.
He is in a bad spot. I don't think that hat will be able to save him. Oh, but it almost does. But Thrall will go down. Starfill popped there as well. Welcome Josh Sill to the chat. Logical Decisions getting dove on hard, and down goes Tyrande and pretty much all the members now. 4 members down for Logical Decision.
This should be GG, Venus. They're just going to walk up to the boss and end the game.
They only need 3 shots, and this is basically it. GG's going over to Running with Turtles for game 1. Welcome Josh Sill to the chat. Good setup, better mosh, yes. And that will be it.
A commanding performance.
29-0. Yes.
I do think the little bit of a lack of wave clear was an issue for Logical Decision. But, you know, Lily gets a bad rack, but Venus, those cups, the whole time were so good. Every time Logical Decision felt like it was going to win that team fight. Cups came out, it healed the entire duration, and it kept running with turtles up just enough to where Logical Decision lost the clone and their kind of engagement ran out of steam, and you would just see Running with Turtles turn around.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a lot of blow-up potential from Logical Decision. You have the Abahat, you have Greymane, a lot of burst damage. A little bit low on CC to keep those targets from running away. You do have the Tyrande stun, but it's not going to be out far enough to catch Lily, who is healing everybody and running as a group, running away from all of the burst damage. So I feel like they had enough damage on Logical Decision. There was just Running with Turtles lived up to their name, and they ran. They're abusing the cooldowns from Logical Decision and making them have to fight down some of those big cooldowns.
And great positioning by T-Pole. Correct me if I'm wrong, Venus. I don't think a single Cups was interrupted that whole game.
Yeah, I think that, you know, that's dodging some of those CCs, and then also having just a limited amount of CCs was really good. Sometimes you'll see Lily, you know, getting that speed boost, try to get all up in the other team and become a distraction. But if they collapse on you and they blow you up, then you're not going to be able to heal anybody. So very good play there. 0 deaths on T-Pole. Welcome, Cat Peach, to the stream.
I did receive word as well, by the way, that Logical Decision is taking first pick, so we're waiting for the map pick selection from Running with Turtles.
Okay. Very good. Very good indeed. Josh Still in the chat says, plus it's not Wono on Tyrande. Yeah. Well, looks like we're getting pulled into our second game here.
I mean, you know, there might be something to that, honestly. You know, Snowguard did a fine job, but, you know, it is a role swap. It's the hero that he doesn't play primarily in the context of his team, and Wono is a very good Tyrande player, so there's probably a little something to that.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to Volskaya Foundry next, looks like. And this was picked by Logical Decision, right? Is that right?
No. This was they chose first pick, so this is map choice of Running with Turtles.
Okay, very good. Very good. All right, so we'll go to Volskaya next. Let me put that in. Boop. Boop. All right, game number 1 going over Running with Turtles. All right, Volskaya Foundry. This is the map situation. This is where we're going next. All right, are these teams ready? I think we're ready.
And I know it's a little early, Weenus, but mark my words, watch B West. This is really, I think this is going to be the closest division in all of NGS this season.
Well, yeah, you would know. I mean, you're playing in it. You also did, a lot of the placements for basically a lot of, if not all, the divisions. So I'll take your word for it.
Last year, kind of C East was the hotness. It was very close, very competitive. This year, I think it's going to be B West, and I think it's going to be even closer.
Well, I love close games. Close games are a lot more fun. Sometimes you get, a lot of times you'd only play 2 games. Now you get 3, and so on and so forth. No one likes to see a stomp. Everybody likes to see a close game. You don't know what's going to happen. So let's see if Logical Decision can turn around this first loss and turn it into a win and go to game 3. Who knows?
Yeah, and Volskaya is a different animal than Towers. Of course, it's a little more early game. It can be a bit snowbally. If you get ahead enough, you can control all the items on the map, and if you control the items on the map, you're really in the driver's seat. So it's really all about controlling the toys, the biotic emitter in particular, but the turrets as well. Just a different play style than Towers.
Absolutely, I agree. Thank you for the follow, Josh Sill. I appreciate it. And then 10 Samura Cat says, do you update the league standings regularly at Moist Weenus? Do I update the league standings? No. I just sit here and talk about how beautiful Mongoose is, and real adults make changes. The website should handle it, though, so after the teams upload the results of their match, it should be automatic. So that's what we're looking for. Who is first in the standings now? We'll have to check back into that because we are going into the game number 2.
In B West, I can actually tell you exactly. It's going to be a lot of ties, honestly, because there just haven't been that many games played.
Right.
But as of right now, Roll 1 Esports is in first place, tied with Soak Every Lane. That's a condition, though, of Roll 1 Esports has played 3 matches, while everyone else has played 2 or 1. So
yeah, the more matches you play, the better your chances are of having points.
Correct. Correct.
Actually, maybe we can pull that up real quick. Well, we're in draft. We can look at it in between, I suppose. Okay, we'll look at it real quick. Boop. Here are the standings.
Yeah, it doesn't show much, to be honest.
Look quickly, and I'll tell you, ETC was banned on the side of Logical Decision because you can't see it right now. Feast your eyes for another 10 seconds. We're moving on. Back to the draft. All right.
So first ban ETC, respecting the ETC play there in game number 1.
Yeah, I was shocked. I looked up and I said, oh my mosh. They banned ETC, but it's quite apparent that very good play by ETC last game by Running with Turtles. Respect it. Once again, a new Barak banned, and there's another respect ban coming out from Logical Decision. KT. See ya later.
That one doesn't surprise me if you look, if you do your homework. Silver Jackal is a really good Kael'thas player. I was a little bit surprised, frankly, to see that get through in game number 1. But he's a really good Kael'thas player, so that ban is completely warranted.
Yeah, and that makes sense too. Sometimes people are like, oh, KT is only picked in, gold division or C or, D or whatever, but a really good KT player is super dangerous at every division level, I think.
Right, and I think expect Logical Decision to go a little more straightforward here. That first team comp was, a little cute. I'm gonna say it was, kind of something a little different. I expect them to go a little more straightforward here this game too.
All right. Well, Ana was banned last game. It's gonna get picked up by Wono. And there's Johanna and Jaina being stolen away by Kooks and Silver Jackal. As we looked at the logical decision, their most played heroes, Jaina and Johanna were both on the list. Do we see their third hero, Leoric, played on Volskaya?
Typically, logical decision, if they grab the Leoric, tends to be later in the draft, to be honest. Snowgoblair plays a very good Jaina, and it's worthy of a ban much of the time. At E-Day plays a Money Johanna, but instead we're going to see Dibbles and Lunara coming out for the side of logical decision.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the raid, DB Smiley. Raiding with a party of 14, I appreciate it. Hope you had a wonderful cast. We're continuing on the NGS streaming tonight with B West. And that's another thing, like if you know your opponent plays a hero a lot, and you're like, okay, well we're out of bans, we want to ban these heroes, you can pick them up and play them yourself. That counts as like a free ban. You get to play that hero, you lock the enemy team out of it. It's just sometimes it's hard to do if they're not, necessarily in the recent meta heroes. But Jaina, very strong.
Yeah, as is Johanna, and when you're kind of game planning going into a match, that's one of the things I know I look at. If both teams prioritize a certain hero or two, they go higher up on my list. It kind of, when you take them yourself and you're already good at it, it kind of is a soft ban against the other team.
Absolutely. Welcome to chat, Monkus Beaver and Arcane. Welcome. Getting a little score update there in the chat. It was much closer than a 2-0, suggests DB Smiley. Excellent. Well, I love a close series. I'll have to check that out. Later.
That's and Regen Phoenix is kind of the remnants of Regen Red, so that was kind of a pseudo rematch of the C Grand Finals from last season.
Excellent. Yeah, I was a little bit sad to hear that Regen Red was going to be retired. Ooh, there's Deckard Cain with his sniper rifle, and there's the Leoric picked up by Alizar.
So, running with Turtle, sticking with the strategy of we're just going to take all the heroes that we know you guys play well, grabbing that Leo.
Yeah, and knocking out the Anubarak. So taking all three of their top played heroes, at least on Heroes Profile for now. Let's see how this works out. Can they play them as well as Logical Decision?
Yeah, I mean, those three are definitely comfort picks for Logical Decision, but they have a very flexible pool. I love the Thrall Greymane. That's much more standard as I thought they would go. This is a straightforward, standard composition, and I think we're going to see, much of the same for running with Turtles here. Both sides have plenty of wave clear, kind of double frontline, single support, 2 assassin type thing. So this is just really going to be kind of a battle of execution.
Yeah, and we get a little bit more CC on the side of Logical Decision this time. Ooh, and Maiev picked up by running with Turtles. So I'm thinking, if there's a little bit more CC from Logical Decision, they might be able to just pounce and blow someone up like that Jaina, even Deckard. Maiev is a little trickier, a little squirrelier, trying to lock that down. Blowing up Johanna is going to be, near impossible. But I think they can get it done this time with the initiation from Diablo.
Yeah, and one of the things I'm looking at too for running with Turtles with kind of a solo range damage Jaina, that's very cooldown based, right? So if Silver Jackal doesn't get value out of his cooldowns, that can really...
For a second. I lost whatever you just said. Sorry.
Okay, well I'll repeat. I would say that what jumps out to me about running with Turtles comp with Jaina as the solo damage dealer is it's very cooldown based. So if Silver Jackal doesn't get value out of one of rotation of spells from the Jaina, that's going to put up a green light for Logical Decision to make something happen.
Absolutely. All right, and here we go into the game. Game number 2. All right, over here on the left, we have Logical Decision with Ziltoid playing the Lunara. We have Snowglare playing the Greymane this time. Wono playing the Ana. Ulysses playing Thrall. And E-Day 15 on that Diabla.
And coming off a really impressive game 1, Running with Turtles in the red trunks here. Alizar on Janitor Leoric, the only Leoric in the game. Kooks on Johanna. Silver Jackal on Jaina. DK Unleashed on the Maiev and Wonder William. And T-Pole on Deckard Payne.
My goodness. Let's get ready to party. Woo! Alright, Fingers of Frost picked up by the Jaina. Bonds of Justice from Maiev. Scroll of Identify from Deckard Kane. A lot of damage going in on Diablo, and there's the first kill of the game. Going over to Running with Turtles.
We call that the mongoose death on Diablo because I pretty consistently die within the first 30 seconds of the game on Diablo because I forget, oh yeah, I have no souls or no talents, and turns out I'm fairly squishy.
Yeah, absolutely. If you knock down all the souls on that Diablo, you gotta build those up first. Watch out. Yeah, sorry for the frozen taco you saw there, Munkus Beaver. Unless you're talking about Jaina. We'll see. Oh. Served on a bed of knives. I was talking about some of the combos that can be created here on the side of Running with Turtles with Ring and Warden's Cage. There's some good potential there.
Yeah, and I like both sides. Really prioritizing the turrets. Running with Turtles going to pick it up just a little bit faster than Logical Decision here. And E-Day kind of hovering in the area in between, making sure no invasion were to come.
Yeah, it's all about the toys. Go collect all the toys for the boys and the girls and boys.
Yeah, Ziltoid stayed a little too far there, but Wono picking him up.
Yeah, Wono, very good healer as well. We saw the prowess of T-Pole last game. Now we're gonna see Wono on a healer instead of an Abathur. We'll see if that makes a difference.
Well,
not for Ziltoid.
Yeah, Lunara cannot be the first hero into that because that will happen. Ziltoid stepping up a little too far, eating a blizzard, and she's going to take a little break and come back here in about 3 seconds.
One thing I've found with Lunara, because I'm a feeder, and I notice things that greatly help me feed faster, is since Lunara has got that movement increase, I play way more far forward than I intend to just because I get there faster. And I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't mean to be this far ahead, and then I'm dead.
So top camp picked up by Running with Turtles. No corresponding move yet from Logical Decision.
Looks like everybody's kind of hovering around this biotic emitter, just seeing who's going to take it. I expect that we're going to see a camp clear by at least somebody on Logical Decision in the top lane as they start their own siege camp.
I would love Running with Turtles to just rip this. They got to figure Logical Decision is on their camp, so you could take this biotic emitter for free. And the biotic emitter is really powerful.
Ziltoid question mark from Munkus Beaver. Well, you know, sometimes you live, sometimes you die. That's the name of the game. But we are going to see the control point taken over first by Running with Turtles. They're going to get that ticker clicking. Can I say that? I think that's okay.
I think it's all right.
All right, that was close. I wouldn't want to say that 5 times fast. But we do have the camp in the top lane pushing for Logical Decisions, so that's going to be pushing while this fight over the objective happens.
Yeah, and both teams pretty equal on the race to 7, but 50% now for the side of Running with Turtles. They don't see, now they do, Johanna in the bush, and kind of a split engagement here by Logical Decision.
There's Maiev being asleep, and the blizzard goes down, taking a lot of damage. The turret is dropped, and Maiev is trying to get out, and does by a hair. Now Snowglare is becoming the target from Running with Turtles as Diablo goes in and gets a big stun onto Leoric. Leoric's not going to make it out, and Alizar goes down, and this overtime is going to be turned over to Logical Decision.
I mean, not ideal for Running with Turtles, but if you want to lose somebody, that's the hero that you want to lose. He'll be back pretty quick. Maiev going to mop up the top lane push that has been going the whole time. Logical Decision sending heroes over to grab the turrets. Love that idea. And we're going to see round 2 here pretty soon.
Yeah, if you snag that turret fast enough, it'll work. If it takes too long, then the other team's going to show back up, and then you don't have the advantage. We're missing Thrall down the bottom lane, playing around with Leoric as they're exchanging blows. Here comes Johanna, though, popping the Unstoppable, looking for a big engage. Getting a good pull onto Snowglare and to Ziltoid. Ziltoid goes down as well as Snowglare, and that's a 2 kills for none. E-Day not being able to peel them away from all that damage concentrated. And that's another couple kills there for Running with Turtles. And they get the Protector.
Yeah, great synergy from Silver Jackal on Jaina. And I believe is that DK Unleashed on the Maiev. Yes, it is. They put down the Blizzard, and then he got the double Umbral Bind and pulled both of those victims into the Blizzard that was there waiting for them. So nice play by Running with Turtles.
Yeah, good patience. Really nice synergy there between Maiev and Jaina. You love to see it. And going into the top lane with this Protector, we got Deckard and Maiev in this Robot of Death. Trying to maybe take out this front wall, maybe get that well in the back. Still has about a third of its health left, but it is dropping fast.
Yeah, whole front wall down. Running with Turtles now slightly ahead in the race to 10. Ziltoy getting beat up on by the Rock'em Sock'em Robot. However, well, now will go down, and that's mission accomplished for Running with Turtles, really setting themselves up for objective number 2. And they have a turret, Venus. They're going to have multiple items in addition to the Sippy Cup advantage.
Yeah, as kooky as that is, Kook still has a turret ready to deploy for this next objective in the top lane. We'll see, Joanna's going to go take a sippy back at base, so we'll see you later. That could give Logical Decision this biotic emitter if they wanted to take it real quick. But showing a big presence in the middle, charging in on Ziltoid, but there it is. Oh, I thought Alizar was going down, but barely escapes with the spooky, I'm going to call it the spooky drift.
The little ghost walk, yeah, just enough.
All right, so now we're gonna get some more turrets happening over here for Running with Turtles as they pick up their fortification camp, and we should have this next objective popping pretty soon.
And turrets go down, and there goes Running with Turtles. Warden's Cage, Eye of Horus popped. Greymane the first to go down. However, Leo and Maiev soon to follow. Look at Wono getting the value out of Eye of Horus from way downtown. Despite the early blow-up on the Greymane, it's actually Logical Decision that gets a 3-4-1, and they got Running with Turtles to burn their turret. Great Eye of Horus by Wono there.
Yeah, double turrets blown up right there, as well as 3 members of Running with Turtles. It's kind of equalizing the death count out, 4 to 5. Let's take a look at some of those ultimates here chosen for Logical Decision. We have Eye of Horus on Ana, Lightning Breath on Diablo, Sundering on the Thrall, Leaping Strike on Lunara, and Cursed Bullet on Greymane.
Yeah, and I think part of the problem in that game 1-2 was there was actually a number of missed Cursed Bullets that game, so they didn't get a lot of value out of it. If he can kind of straighten that out, it'll make a big difference. But both teams on their way to the Biotic Emitter, Venus.
Yep, here they come. And looks like we have everybody and ready to go, and they're going to fight over it. First it needs to pop out of the ground for them to pick it up, but down goes down goes the cage. Not the cage, sorry. Entomb, and the fight continues. Getting some stun lock there from the Deckard Cain. Out comes Eye of Horus. And it's going to be Kooks, who is going to make it out just fine, being the one isolated back there. And looks like the item is going to get picked up by... Who picked that up?
Well, actually, Running with Turtles picked it up and dropped it immediately. So even though they Quody Fingers won, there's actually no advantage gained. That was a win for Logical Decision, picking up the kill. And even though they didn't get the Biotic Emitter themselves, they forced Running with Turtles to get it. So it will not be up for the next objective.
My goodness, so much stuff going on all at once, I couldn't even see it.
Yeah, and they really got to account for Wono with that Eye of Horus. That's twice that it's gotten great value.
Oh, I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back as all the ults go down once again. There's Stay a While and Listen. It's going to be Greymane who ends up dropping first out of this combat. It's going to be Logical Decision. They have to drop back from that engagement. A lot of ultimates burned there, and the next Protector countdown has started.
I really think you're going to see as this game goes by, it's going to be, does Wono get a good Eye of Horus? Then Logical Decision probably won. And if Wono didn't get a good one, then they probably lost. And it had 2 seconds left on the cooldown at the end of that fight. Running with Turtles able to get some good value.
Yeah, Monkus says that Cursed Bullet is a trap ult, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes as Ulysses is taken down. And I believe that was Sundering blown there. 60-second cooldown.
as was Entomb, but 100% worth to trade Entomb for a kill. And that means the second Rock'em Sock'em robot of the game, barring some miracle 5v4 here by logical decision, will go over to running with turtles.
Yeah, already up to 75%. We're going to see a camp invade here by logical decisions. They said they can't get the objective. They're going to see what else they can take on the map, and they're going for this fortification camp. Are they going to split push, or are they just taking what they can? As the
I
top
think they're
fort
just
goes
taking
down?
the turret what they can, prepping for the next objective. They couldn't defend for it. They're not going to contest objective. So just kind of getting value somewhere else on the map.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea to me. Frostbite nearing completion for Jaina. Needs about 2,800 more frost damage to get that locked in. It's still 0 on Bonds of Justice for Maev. 13 on Scroll of Identify for Decker Kane. Here comes the Protector.
Yeah, and Ziltoid a little far forward. There's the Entomb. There's the Ring. Leaping Strike got Ziltoid out of trouble for now. Double Leaping Strike, but he's still far forward. Eye of Horus not able to keep him up, but they do pick up the Leoric and the Jaina in response. 2 for 1 for logical decision as of now.
The fight continues, and this Protector is just getting blown up, taking a lot of damage with the changes, doing a lot more damage to structures, but not to heroes. So having a hard time burning any one of them down. That Lightning Breath from Diablo really creating quite a barrier for running with turtles to fight through. Here comes Leoric, though. He's back up already.
Yeah, and also worth mentioning Soul Shield for Diablo at 1. So if he pops that Spell Armor at the right time, the Jaina combo just doesn't bother Leoric in the slightest, basically.
Very, very interesting. Yeah. So, and then when you're unstoppable, too, with Lightning Breath, you're not taking damage, and they can't do anything to you. Interesting. I mean, like it.
75 Spell Armor when Diablo's fully stacked is a friggin' lot of Spell Armor.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of F words worth of spell power, for sure. And
so
here,
Thrall and Leoric coming in on the side, Venus.
And here's the engage, and they're going to steal this. Down comes the Warden's Cage. Here comes Eye of Horus, and now comes the Sundering, and it's going to be getting low on Silver Jackal, and down goes Jaina. DK Unleashed, taking so much damage, can't get out. Flip onto Leoric, taking a lot of damage, and will not be able to make it out with all of that poison. And now it's going to be Johanna running away. Getting chased, though, by Greymane, taking quite a bit of damage, but Kooks will get out. Another 3 kills going over to Logical Decision. That's a good fight, and I think they needed it.
Yeah, this game right here, Venus, remember we talked about Anna, despite her buff, still strong? Well, turns out Anna, despite her, or nerfs, I should say, still strong, because every team fight, post-10, has been basically, is Eye of Horus up? Logical Decision wins, and if it's not, they don't.
Full souls on Diablo, as well as that Biotic Emitter, and a camp invade by Logical Decision going for that turret.
Yeah, so they'll have 2 turrets and a Biotic Emitter for the next objective. And also, tip of the hat to Ulysses. I thought he may have waited a bit too long looking for that perfect Sunder, but then he hit the perfect Sunder, and it really turned that fight around.
Yep. Absolutely. Patience can pay off. Sometimes you wonder if you never use it, though, and you die. Maybe it should have been used sooner. But yeah, really good patience there from Ulysses. And here's another possible fight. Diablo looking for a wallbang target. But they're also burning down Johanna.
Low.
Yeah, this might be the opportunity to go in anyways. Down comes the Ring and Tomb, and it's going to be enough to blow up Ulysses. Maybe. No, Ulysses gets a huge heal, and will be able to back on out. Down comes Warden's Cage. Stay a while and listen as well. Diablo gets a huge wall bang there onto Maev. And Kooks is super low. Watch out. Oh my goodness. 2 for none going over to Logical Decision. They seem to be picking up speed here. Up a full level and then some. They're pushing this bottom fort.
Well, great patience as Jaina is caught out, slammed against the wall. There goes Ziltoid in on Silver Jackal. And not dead yet, but it's actually going to be Johanna. No, Iron Skin is up and nobody goes down. They're forced to use the turret on the back end to tank the fort. Now Logical Decision is in retreat, having not quite secured those kills. Is Entomb up? It is in 1 second. Wono is in trouble.
Oh my goodness. Whew. I thought there were several members there running with turtles who were dead to rights, dead. But they were healed on up. And T-Pole once again doing a fantastic job of keeping their team alive.
Yeah, and the kind of issue I think that running with turtles is having, as Ziltoid caught out, hit by the big mop of Leoric, is they have such a big initial front-loaded burst of damage, right? You have all of the CC from the Decker Kane, you have the Maiev, Warden Cave, and Fan of Knives, and then all the cooldowns from Jaina. But if Logical Decision survives through that initial burst, they're so cooldown based that Logical Decision can turn it around.
Here comes the next fight as Lightning Breath is launched, and it will be enough to claim Maiev, as well as Ring's gonna catch Leoric. All right, Leoric goes down as well, and the chase continues on to Kooks. Stay a while and listen. Getting some zoning, but Kooks needs a heal, and there it is. 2 members of Running with Turtles have gone down. Also had Eye of Horus pop there, and this should secure the bottom fort for Logical Decision.
Not only should they secure that fort, I want to see them turn around and take this turret. Just take it right away from Running with Turtles. They have Thrall on the point, still 2 members dead. Come up here and rip it, and that's what they're going to do. Running with Turtles in a rough spot, losing the race to 20, losing the objective. Bottom keep already down. Meanwhile, top lane, though, Venus, that's... Did I lose you, Venus?
Yeah, I have a little bit of connection issues now and then. I drop out for a second, then I come right back in. Sorry about that, but yeah, you're right. There is a snowball effect happening right now for Logical Decision as they get this Protector. They will hit 20, and they're going to push on this bottom keep, and I think this bottom keep should be theirs.
Yeah, now, Logical Decision actually going to lose top keep here. They let the Katas build up. I don't know if they don't care or they're okay trading, but top keep will go down while all of this is happening. A full brawl breaking out here in the bottom lane. Great sturdy defense by Running with Turtles, but Maiev finally the first to fall.
And a lot of heroics up and are able to be used here. Obviously, you can't use them if you're inside the Protector. But we're gonna start seeing these drop pretty soon if they want to push in. But the Protector goes down, and Diablo taking a lot of damage is gonna be sleeping. There, down goes the Ring, and there goes Lightning Breath, but it's not enough. Caught in that Entomb. Ziltoid is in trouble, doing the hippity hop, trying to slow everybody down. Whoa, no, taking too much damage. Slow little Ana. Down next goes Jaina, and it is a bloodbath for sure. Leoric is the next to go take a dirt nap. And Kooks gets hit by that Curse Bullet.
Top keep is still up. I'm kind of surprised Diablo just didn't go up there and keep that thing going.
Yeah, it's still alive.
Barely.
If that catapult gets any closer, I don't know.
Yeah, Ulysses is hearthing back right now, so I assume that's where he is gonna go.
Yeah, very interesting. So they got a little bit of damage onto the keep. Mostly they just cleared out the wall and the towers there. Yeah, they could have lost their keep for that, and it is very low.
I'm shocked it didn't go down. It had 3 Katas pummeling it, and a really stout defense by Running with Turtles. To be honest, if it would ask me, as that fight was going, I said, well, Running with Turtles going to lose bot keep, and Logical Decision going to lose top keep, and they're both standing.
Absolutely. Yep. I think Running with Turtles did a good job in that bottom defense. Instead of fighting back and letting the Protector, basically have its way with your structure, they brought the team fight to the Protector, and the Protector does, less damage to the heroes, and I think that's why they're able to have such a good defense there. Yep,
100%. And a couple level 20 power spikes I think worth mentioning. Buried Alive on Leoric is so good. And also Hunter's Blunderbuss on Greymane, those auto attacks splashing. But speaking of Leoric, he's in trouble. Sunder does catch him, not stun him out, but the damage was enough, and that's a rough 60-second death timer here that Running with Turtles is going to have to deal with, and I think they're going to go for bottom keep here, and they are. I wonder if, I think they're probably too far to counter keep in the top, and Johanna's already down here trying to defend. Now they use the turret to tank the keep, and they are on to bottom keep, going to fall to Logical Decision shortly, question mark?
Here comes Running with Turtles. They're ready to party. Down comes the Ring, as well as Warden's Cage. Lightning Breath pops out very, very low on a few members, Kooks and Snowglare. They're trying to get away. DK Unleashed, getting stunned, getting poisoned, goes down. Watch out, Kooks. You might be next on the list. And this keep is still up, getting a huge slam onto Jaina. Jaina goes down, but down goes Entomb and Stay a While and Listen.
And I think maybe a little bit of a mistake by Ide not to pop that Biotic Emitter when they were tanking the keep. He could have put that down, and they don't get keep. They lose 3 for 2, and unless they get up to the top lane really fast, like right now,
they're gonna lose
Logical
it, right?
decision just lost that exchange.
Yeah, a huge defense once again by running with turtles. Keeping that bottom keep alive, turning that fight, getting the kills, and then letting do his work.
Venus is gone. I bet she'll come back in a moment.
I'm here.
There he is.
It only drops for like half a second. I don't know what's going on.
I was gonna say, you should look at the kills, 20-13 in favor of logical decision. However, running with turtles has, I think, won 2 biotic mitters to 1. They are up structurally. It's kind of an odd game.
Yeah, the straight up team fights seem to be going over to logical decisions, but also late game kills, you know, have a lot more value to them as the respawn timers are just a lot longer. And I think we're seeing Running with Turtles start winning some of those fights a little bit later in the game.
Yeah, and that was due to the failed assault on the bottom keep. That's a free Triglav Protector 21 minutes into the game with no keep in the top lane. Is Running with Turtles, are they going to go to top and try to end? No, they're going to try to get another keep here in the mid lane. E-Day sitting on the flank, not fully stacked, so not nearly as beefy or scary as he used to be.
Still a lot of a toy being able to be dropped here by Leoric if he chooses to. I think might get a little bit closer to the keep and then drop that turret on down. Nope, just going for a ghost ride. And they want this mid keep.
And logical decision, they are so wary of where Leoric is with that buried alive. Watch their positioning. They're playing so far back and being so conservative.
They're gonna attempt with a low Johanna, and it's gonna get him in trouble. There it is, dropped down onto logical decision, and there come the kills. Leoric though and Jaina go down, and there goes Johanna. So that was a good turnaround there for logical decision. They lost the first member, but they turned that fight. And now the Protector is down low.
Yeah, maybe an overstay. That was a really great play by E-Day there. Ziltoy did get caught in the buried alive, and they were able to get him. But E-Day, they lost track of him on the backside. He hell-gated onto Maiev, popped the lightning breath to finish off Jaina. So kind of E-Day with a great counter engage. But speaking of pressure, bot lane, 2 Katas putting damage into the shields of the core for Running with Turtles. And they're going to take a little core damage here. Maybe? No, it was close.
There you go. Another fight distracting from, you know, keeps going down.
But they're looking core call.
Here they come.
Maybe?
I mean...
Oh, I don't like this call.
No, they had to get a pick there to stagger the deaths. Right now, Running with Turtles, they're almost all back up. And Logical Decisions decides to back off, and I decide to disconnect from the game. And I am no longer here, but I'll be here in a second as this...
Out of the Triglav. Mid-keep didn't go down.
But the fortification camp is going to get stolen. So if you can't win the game there, you go and take what you can. And I think that's a really good call to not try to core there. I think that would have ended in tears.
100%, yeah. And this game, Venus, neither team has been able to maximize these Triglav Protectors. Running with Turtles didn't get a keep out of that last one. It took Logical Decision forever to finish off the bottom keep. And this top lane continues to push. Logical Decision still not paying very much attention to it, to be honest.
Running with Turtles, they're going to let that lane push. They know it has to be responded to, so they're going to take up this support camp, grab that emitter. They're going to run onto their siege camp, pick that up, maybe take a run at bottom lane. I don't know. They got to clean their own lanes, of course, as well as bottom lane is starting to stack up as well. Get those catapults taken down to the ground.
Yeah, and the location of the next objective really favors Running with Turtles, because it's in that top lane where they have their full set of fortifications, and where Logical Decision has nothing. Ulysses pretty far forward. Kook sees him there, but Leoric is all the way down in the bottom. So Kook's kind of hiding in the vent, as is Silver Jackal and T-Pole. Leoric coming on the flank. Something could have break loose here, Venus.
Ooh, a good retreat there from Kooks as Diablo dives into the bush, sees him for a second, and has to back out. Alright, so we're going to have this next objective soon, but in the meantime, we do see everybody up here in the top. All the heroics are available to use, and we have 2 turrets versus 1 emitter.
3 turrets versus 1 emitter, actually.
3 turrets, holy crap. Well, Yeah. Oh, down
There
goes
goes
the
Lenora
tomb.
caught again.
Gonna get blown up. Down comes the Sundering, though. And stay a while. Down comes the ring. It's gonna catch Diablo. Diablo's popping the lightning breath. Trying to get some heals there, but it's not quite enough. The emitter goes down, and it's gonna be Running with Turtles winning this fight. Diablo's back from his souls, but Ulysses is in a real bad spot. Won't be able to get out. And here's another chase. Kook's pulling Snowglare back in. I think we need counter kills here from Logical Decision.
100% we need counter kills here. And I think some of the members of Logical Decision actually fell with turrets because Running with Turtles didn't have any, and now they do on the ground right now. E-Day respawning with souls, caught out. He's going to go down. Logical Decision in trouble. Weenus, I think this is the beginning of the end.
It certainly looks that way. They're not even bothering with the objective. There is some catapults lined up on Running with Turtles on their core, but if Wono's going to fall as well, and this is 4 members down, and this is going to be GG's going over to Running with Turtles. Those 2 catapults not going to be doing enough damage. Kook's taking a lot of damage, though. Down comes the Entomb again, and Kook's barely surviving. Down goes Greymane.
Now the Katas have arrived here, though, so that's going to be that. A little bit surprising 2-0 for Running with Turtles over a veteran Logical Decision team. And man, once Leora got that level 20 Weenus, whole baby, that Buried Alive was so valuable at the end.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, what a game. GG's going over to Running with Turtles. A solid play by both teams, but Running with Turtles able to pull out the 2-0. Well, I mean, look at that damage that Greymane pushed out. 108,000 hero damage. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think the difference in that game, honestly, was we said a number of times, like, what a stout defense by Running with Turtles. They just really stunted any of the sieges of Logical Decision a number of times. They were really aggressive and effective in their defenses of their own structures that game.
Yeah, and huge defenses. Yeah, huge defenses coming out from Running with Turtles. Setting up a really good push in the top lane, which is a really bold call because you see them coming in and they're coming for your keep. And so you take the camp in the top lane and then you say, all right, let's fight it out in the bottom. Let's try to delay this as long as possible without losing our keep. And it paid off for them. They ended up getting that keep in the top and gave them the next protector, and I think really helped open up the rest of the map for Running with Turtles. But huge defenses.
Yeah, and once that Buried Alive came on, Ziltoid kind of didn't make the adjustment, honestly. In the mid-game phase, if he was ever caught in the Entomb, he could just kind of leaping strike himself out of trouble. We saw it a number of times, but once Buried Alive was up, you cannot get caught in it, ever. Lunara gets caught in the Buried Alive, she is 100% dead. Right,
absolutely. In chat, Wodo Hot says, rip us. You guys fought hard. No ripping. But yeah, it's very, very true. Munkus Beaver says, report Kane for not feeding. So zero deaths there on Deckard Kane. T-Pole working those heals out. The only person in the match not to die that game. Oh, and Ten Samira Cat says that T-Pole didn't die in the first game either. So that KDA looking to be quite high on T-Pole. So well done. Do we have an interview lined up, sir?
That's a good question. I can see if one of them wants to get in here.
Yeah, do you want to see if we can get one of these turtles in here and to run their mouths about their victory?
Absolutely.
MJ Doom says, item usage by Logical Decision was questionable at a few times. Yeah, I would say possibly on both sides. I remember there were some items baited out by Logical Decision. They were able to get Running with Turtles to drop a couple turrets and get those used up.
Yeah, there were a couple team fights where I was kind of watching and I'm like, why are they still holding on to that? Like, the fight's broken out. Clearly you're going to get value out of that thing. Drop it, use it. And there was 2 or 3 instances where I kind of noticed that same thing as well that MJ Doom's pointing out.
Thank you.
All right, Silver Jackal down for an interview.
All right, great. Well, we'll hop on over there, and I think we'll just probably lose your video, Mongoose. Sorry about that.
Wah, wah. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for the 69 bits, John Sill. Now let's head on over to Discord and look at that. See if we can get a channel here. Hop into lobby 1. All right, we got the goose. And I need to go update the maps. I don't even put another one there. Boop, boop. We'll take a look at that. Here are the maps. Both maps going over to Running with Turtles.
How's it going?
Hello, congratulations, sir. Welcome, welcome, Silver Jackal.
Thank you very much.
My goodness, a 2-0. Very, very exciting games. So, how are you guys feeling right now?
Pretty good. Besides that, second match, we tried to throw it a few times.
It was close, a little bit of back and forth, but tell us about your huge defenses. How do you guys defend so well your keeps?
It's mostly just us panicking and trying to save it.
I like
Not much
that.
else to say.
What's your guys' defense strategy? Panic. We panic.
All panic, no skill.
Best answer I've heard this season, honestly.
Very good. I love it. Yeah, sometimes panic, you get the adrenaline flowing, and then you're like, all right, let's just go. Let's do all the things.
Yeah, so we noticed that we were pushing hard on the top, so we tried to be a little more aggressive on the defense on the bot, just to see if we could get that keep. And it kind of worked out. We almost got it fully.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys had such, amazing battles between both of your teams that it seems like you couldn't get away from the combat because it was so epic, and a couple keeps went down on both sides, at least one on both sides, while combat was happening between both of the teams. So you guys had a very, very engaging fights to watch. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. They definitely had some really talented team fight skill there going on. So it made them really exciting but stressful at the same time.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm sure. As you're talking about all the panic, is there screaming from your excellent healer, T-Pole?
Oh yeah, she kept screaming at us, grab the damn pot.
Yeah, with Deckard Cain, it's kind of like you have a dance partner. You're like, I'll heal you, but you gotta go get it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about game number 1 on towers. What was were you guys afraid at all of the ABBA and Greymane combo? Because that can sometimes be really brutal.
Not necessarily. We kind of were planning for it. I did a lot of scouting on them, so I knew they would probably pull like ABBA Illidan or ABBA Greymane. So we were somewhat prepared for it, but it always comes down to when it happens. You never know if it's gonna pan out or just you're gonna get rolled over.
Absolutely. At the beginning of the game, pre-10, before Clone comes out, we saw it looked like maybe you guys were considering stealing some of their bottom camps. Is that a conversation that you guys had during the game?
It is, yeah, but we weren't really that highly aggressive, so we figured that they had a better team fight. So, invading their camps and being caught in those little spots could have hurt us a lot.
Very good. Very good. Mongoose, do you have any questions about game 1? Or anything else so far?
I'll take that as a no.
Mongoose is floored. Maybe he disconnected like me like 12 times during the game for like half a second. So my apologies for that to all the viewers and when you watch the VOD later. But Mongoose always takes over and catches everything right as I DC out. So can you tell us anything about let's see, did you guys, it looks like, let me check my thing here. So you guys picked both the maps, is that right?
Yes, we did. They picked first pick both times.
Okay. And we had quite a few maps banned as well. Do you guys feel pretty comfortable on all the maps? Or are there definitely certain ones you want to knock out?
Yeah. We mostly feel comfortable in all of them, but I knew their favorite map was Tomb and D-Shire, so I figured just take those out so they couldn't play on those two comfort maps.
Okay, so you're more about banning your opponent's maps, what they're good at, than banning maps that you're bad at.
Correct.
Well, if you're good at most of the maps, if not all of them, then yeah, that seems the way to go for sure.
There's some my macro isn't as good, but I've been working on it.
It seems to be working good so far. So my question is, I guess we can start going to game 2. And is Mongoose here? I'm just double check. Yeah, maybe he had something come up. He's in the channel. Maybe he'll come back, and then we'll ask him. But for game number 2, it seemed like you had some picks that were possible steals from doing some scouting, like the Jaina, Leoric, and Johanna. Are those heroes that you just play naturally really well and you like them on that map, or was there a little bit of counterplay going on against Logical Decision?
It's kind of both. We all know those heroes, we like to play them, and we knew they did well, so we kind of prioritized taking those heroes before they could.
It's like getting additional bans, I suppose.
Pretty much, yeah.
Except you get to play the heroes, so there you go. Is that a Mongoose?
Yes, I'm back. Sorry, the internet wigged out here.
Oh, no problem. Well, I mean, you saw all the problems I was having. Do you have any questions for running with turtles right now?
Yeah, more of a generalist question, but I've been watching our division here, and it's kind of hard to pin anybody down. Seems like everybody's taking games off of everybody. How do you see the division shaping up?
The first games are always kind of rough. No one can really do as much scouting as they would like. Everyone has their information out there. So I think right now everybody's trying to get used to each other, and I think it's going to pan out pretty back and forth for most part.
Very good. What can you tell us about your manager?
Cat Peach?
Is that your manager?
Yeah.
Tell us about Cat Peach. Has she been helpful?
Yeah, she's been amazing.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I really like Cat Peach. I'm glad that she's with you guys and helping you through. So as far as management, what does that entail? Is that like planning matches or coaching or something else?
So she helps us find scrims, helps us find, someone to coach us on certain maps and whatnot. She helps me get the game scheduled when I'm, pretty much just overloaded. So it's kind of just taking stuff off my plate and helping me out.
Excellent. That sounds great. I think I could use a manager. Mongoose, do you want to be my manager?
I think I've got enough too for now, Weenus.
Ain't nobody got time for that? All right, fair enough. Fair enough. And okay. Does that mean that Cat Peach, does she ever play with the team?
Not really. I don't think I've ever really played with Cat Peach before.
Okay, interesting. All right. I was just curious how that whole works out because I've never had a manager before. So you guys have been involved with NGS for quite a while, right?
I've been part of this team for one of the seasons in NGS, I believe.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that Running with Turtles have been involved for a little bit.
All right. I don't think I saw you guys last season, but I know I've seen it in seasons in the past, unless I'm completely just remembering.
I don't think we were part of last season.
All right.
We're still doing transition stuff, getting new players, getting old players leaving. Yeah. That kind of fun stuff.
Doing a little bit of a shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, what can you tell us about the team members that you have now? Did you guys all meet through applications and tryouts, or like any real in-life friends, or what's going on there?
So pretty much just, applications and tryouts. We all met through the team and the community. We get along very well now. There's always that initial, when you start playing together, there's the synergy that's not there and you don't know each other very well, but now we're bantering and all the fun stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sometimes it takes a little bit to get your synergy down with a team when you add new members. I know for our team, we added a new member and it took us a little bit to kind of figure out everybody's style.
Yeah, get those comms working out.
Yeah. Oh, and T-Pole says Cat is here for moral support as well. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, moral support. Good job, T-Pole.
Mongoose, do you have any more questions?
No. I honestly thought that would be a 2-1 one way or the other, so a little surprised. And in particular, just game 2 was close as can be. But game 1, man, you guys were cover to cover, really dominated that game. So it was a pretty impressive showing. Not really a question so much as an observation, I suppose.
Yeah, you guys played really strong. So congratulations. And do you have any shout outs, Silver Jackal, before we let you go?
Of course, I'll shout out my team members except for T-Pole, since she shout outs to no one. I'll shout out to you guys. Thank you really much for picking this up last minute, casting for us. And shout out to NGS for setting this whole league up. Really appreciate them. I know it's not easy work dealing with gamers. And shout out to Logical Decision. That second match definitely was a nail biter.
Well said, well said. Our pleasure, and we're happy to watch these exciting games. So thank you for putting on quite a show.
All right, thank you very much. You guys have a good one.
All right, thank you. You too.
Bye.
All right, and also a shout out, as Silver Jackal said, to Logical Decision. I know it can be rough to lose 2-0, but that second game, I could have seen that going either way multiple times. Just one team fight after the other. It was that was some crazy fighting going on there. All right. Well, actually, I think I'm gonna grab you one more time, Mongoose. I'm gonna pull you back in one more time. And then I'm going to turn off this chicken. Boop. I'm trying to call Mongoose. Oh, there we go.
Sorry, it took me a second there.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I just sprung it on you. Surprise! Yeah, we come back to Mongoose. He doesn't have a shirt on. He's like taking shots out of like a shot ski. Oh my goodness. One day I'll get this set up. Monkus asks, which member of Running with Turtles is Donatello? And which one is Michelangelo? I get it. So, like, Ninja Turtles?
That's right.
Nice. Better be talking good about me, Weenus, says Zed. Oh, yes. Always Zed. It takes a little while for you to deal with my feeding, but eventually Zed is our new tank. So, he gets mad every time I feed, and rightly so. He's like, why are you running past me? I'm the tank. I'm like, well, I just want to check that bush. And then I go back to base. Yeah, and then I'm dead. So, all right. Thank you so much, Mongoose, for joining me last minute. I know that we were both looking at this game, so thanks for hopping on and co-casting with me. Always a pleasure. Where can people find you?
Well, all over the NGS Discord. I'm pretty easy to find. As of now, I've only got one game on the casting docket because Region Blue has 3 games this week. So,
oh my goodness,
I'll be spending more time playing than casting. But Wednesday at twitch.tv/mongoose/start over. At twitch.tv/mongoose_22 at 5:30 Pacific. Got Division A Sky 5 versus Regen Ghost. And tomorrow I will be playing, I'm pretty sure that game is casted. It is by the one and only Murda at 8 p.m. Pacific, so a later game. And that's where you can find me. Oh, and the Twitter below that you kindly put down there.
Excellent. And is that 2 underscores? Is that?
It is.
All
absolutely.
Right. At mongoose__22 because
otherwise you get a faker.
Otherwise,
it's an imposter.
Is it somebody actually trying to be you, or is it just someone who just had it?
Just someone who happened to already have it.
That seems like a pretty unique name for someone to already have. But what can you say? You're a popular guy. All right.
I guess so.
Any shout outs for you? I don't know.
No, nobody in particular.
Go everybody. Go teams. Thanks for participating in Season 7.
Love the NGS fam. That's about it. Our community's great.
Yep, I agree. You can find me on Twitter at MoistWeenus or twitch.tv/MoistWeenus. We are going to get out of here. We do have a NGS Patreon, so we'll leave you with that. Consider it if you would like. Have a great evening. We'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everybody in chat. Thanks for the raids. Thanks for the bits. Bye-bye.